It is the Kent Beck Scrum. We've just had our time change in the UK, so it's now later than it was, and big item on the agenda will be working out the times of these going forward. But we have Ryder and Lara and myself. Let me start with myself, perhaps. I have been down in central London again today with the NHS. This is our National Health Service. They selected us, Agile Ventures, to give us some money to basically host a wiki for them to implement, to help implement social prescribing, which is this process whereby doctors give prescriptions not just for drugs and medical interventions, but for suggesting people go to the park and join a botany club or a chess club or whatever it happens to be. Anyway, that's the big thing that apparently is the great way to get people healthy and save money and avoid drugs and this, that.
Okay, so social prescribing, like for lifestyle adjustments.
Exactly. So I've kind of I'm doing a design sprint with them this week, following the kind of Google Thoughtbot model, and yeah, it's sort of a bit hacked together because of the different bits and pieces. But yes, I'm working furiously with that, and so this week's going to be a bit crazed because of that. But that's lovely, and I'm sharing more information about it and so on. I'm just sort of behind. It's a big breakthrough for us, and hopefully it'll be the start of many similar big things. Yes, so I'm just about on top of that, and yeah, I'm just kind of really backed up getting through all the emails and Slack messages and so on and so forth, and sort of it's adapting to the new time change is my biggest blocker. Once we've sorted that out, it'll all be okay. I see Stella is here. Welcome, Stella. Good to have you with us. Let's go on to Ryder next. You were next in. Yeah, Ryder, what's been going on with you?
Yeah, so I'm just at my day job now, gonna pad the day as needed. I already have to pad the day because I'm doing something else during the day, so why not pad it a little more and spend some time with people whose company I enjoy and whose perspective I benefit from. So what I was saying, Sam, is sorry for the noise in the background. I'll keep it short. I have been pairing on Elixir with you on this Elixir text adventure, and I did some more work on that over the weekend. And it's just something really exciting, and it's cool, and I'm hopeful to get started maybe digging into a larger project, or at least larger projects as they become appropriate for us to get involved in on the mob and such.
Excellent, great stuff. Thanks, Ryder. Yeah, we can maybe have a little more chat about the mob because we've got Lara here as well. But yeah, Lara, how are things going with you?
Hey, yeah, good, and thank you. So today I paired up with Patrick. He just helped me with my RSpec test that was failing. We got that passing. I've pushed it up, so it's ready for review. I then had the marketing meeting with Marufa and myself. Went well. She had just done some research on the competitors and some different CRM platforms, which we'll discuss in Thursday's meeting. Then this afternoon I have been, then I sent out the Agile Ventures newsletter, our first edition. So exciting. So I hope it's been received well. I'll look at the stats later. Other than that, no blockers from my side. Thank you.
Great, excellent. Well done, Lara, particularly getting the newsletter out. That's a fantastic step forward. Yes, great. Good show. Excellent. Stella, how are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. By last week's meetup, it's only the model tests which are remaining, and I already did them and pushed. So I'm waiting for feedback from you.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I can pick another issue.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yes, so that's for the local support project, which we can maybe have, since we'll be doing the local support kickoff at the end of this, we can maybe have a look at that together and also think about another story for you to work on.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Well, that's our Scrum. We've gone around and done the checks there. I guess the one thing I just want to mention is that I've been talking with Patrick about moving the time of this Scrum. Also, that we've had the time change in the UK. I'm also thinking about, like, rather than we've been having these two Scrums, except for Martin Fowler and Kent Beck. I'm thinking about maybe just having one. I don't know that the numbers that we have at the moment justify the two separate Scrums. And as I'm getting busy with these paid projects, there's just, I don't know that I have time in the day for two Scrums. And so the latest time that we were saying, and I think Patrick spoke to you about this, Lara, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Already, and we were talking about moving it so that it would be at 2 p.m. UTC, basically an hour and 45 minutes earlier than it is now. And Lara, I think that was okay for you. Is that right?
Yeah, I think, yeah. So that's 2 p.m. your time, which makes it 3 p.m. my time, which is perfect. I said I couldn't do any later than that.
I think it would be 2. So I'm now in UTC +1. So it would be 2 p.m. UTC. It would be 3 p.m. my time. You're in UTC +2.
Oh, if it's going to, no, oh, I'm on +2, yeah. No,
Yeah.
if it's 4 o'clock, then no, I can't.
Right, because that's interesting, because I think there may have been some confusion about, because Pat was working out that would be good for you, like 2 p.m. UTC.
So because you now what's the time now? It's 6 o'clock there. Huh?
No, in the UK it's currently 5 p.m. and it's 6 p.m.
So
It's 6 p.m. where you are.
Okay. Yeah, I might then only do Scrum maybe twice a week then, depending. So don't let it just be dependent on me.
Well, can you let me know the time range that's good for you?
Yeah.
And just send me an instant message on that, and
Okay.
we'll work it out, because I think there was some confusion there. All right, we'll leave that. I'll just ask Stella: is earlier or later better for you?
I think later is okay.
Later.
Earlier, yeah, because earlier might have classes.
Earlier you would have classes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe you could send me also. You can send me a direct message to let me know your times, and I'll speak to Sigu as well. Yeah, the times that would work well for you. Okay. But maybe we should keep it at this time. Yeah, we could have it. We could continue at this time every day, and then just maybe drop the earlier Scrum. Well, more conversation required there. Okay. And then, so the other thing is just a great suggestion in the premium channel. I guess, and I wasn't able to respond earlier, and it looks like, yes, Sigu's responded saying, yeah. So actually, have we converged, Ryder and Lara, have we converged there on a thing for the Elixir mob? Is that right?
Lara, what do you think?
Well, I don't mind really. I just, some things that look simple can be complicated. So I do agree with Sigu. So I just wanted to get to his premium, where he said we should maybe look at doing some Code War stuff, or was that you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sigu, with the implementation specifics, right, was saying hacker rank, but I think the spirit of it is let's do some algorithms in this ecosystem we're all learning.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy to do that.
Great. Yeah, I like this idea of a planner. I wish I had more of an ability to scope that and figure out how involved it would be. I've not built an app like that before, so I don't know how long it would take.
Go on, Laura.
No, that's fine. I mean, I just I don't think it's something that would be quick for us. I would see it taking a couple of mobbing sessions, but maybe it's something that just grows and grows as we go.
I think Sigu's point seems relevant, which is that the planner with the interface is kind of, we'd probably need to do the Phoenix, or at least have people comfortable with Phoenix first. So if we're going to do something, the out, like at the stage that we're at, probably algorithms might make more sense now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That seems very reasonable. And I don't want us to limit ourselves to doing work on Elixir stuff within the context of the mob. I know that's been mentioned before. Sam, you've alluded to it. Federico has mentioned it. But this idea that as long as we have time and interest, right?
Right.
And also, like each other and are not at each other's throats at the keyboard, right? We can work on this stuff together outside of.
That's right. There's there doesn't have to be just one thing. It can spread into multiple ideas. Okay, well that's good. That's brought me up to speed on it. The other thing is I will have to look at the times. I just going to mention this to the two of you. If we moved the Elixir mob to the Thursday this week, would that make it terribly impractical? I guess the difficulty is that the marketing meeting is on Thursday at the time that works for a rider.
For me, that would be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be simpler to keep it on Wednesday, but I just wanted to mention it. I mean, from your perspective, Lara, Wednesday, Thursday, it's much the same.
Yeah. At the time that it is.
Right.
At 3 p.m. my time.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to mention it. We're not moving it. Let's keep it the same. I've just got this complex schedule to work out with the NHS folks this week. So, also I can potentially even do it from their office, but I just have to make sure that I've got sufficient Wi-Fi and connectivity. Anyway, I think that probably covers what we need to cover right now. So maybe
real quick,
go on, Ryder.
Oh yeah, real quick. What time is the Elixir Mob on Wednesday Eastern Daylight now?
I think it must be at on the RNU time. It's going to be at 1 p.m. That's UTC plus 1, and Eastern Daylight is 5 hours behind that. So that would be 8 a.m.
I think we should build. I think we should build an app calendar for us to work out all
the thing. We've got all this functionality for working this out in the Agile Manager site, but it's all for public events, and so it's like having created these, private premium ones. We need different things. But yeah, so I think it would be 8 a.m. your time, Ryder.
Okay, I mean that's fantastic. If that's that's
your it's not gonna really change. Great. Okay, well that's our Scrum. So now we'll probably move into the local support kickoff. So that's mainly Stella, you and I, Lara and Ryder. Feel free to hang around or get on with all those other things that you've got to do. So now Stella, should we have a look at? Maybe we'll just talk about the local support. I in order to try and make progress on the things that I was talking about last week, the two things were that we had these kind of outstanding pull requests that were kind of had blocks of one kind or another that were quite difficult to make progress on, and the strategy that I used last week was to blog about them. So on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, I was blogging in detail about the problems encountered by these. So I think I actually worked out the problem that we have with this one. So this is Zmago. He was adding some more, volunteer opportunities into the system. Now, why is this? What is this story? Oh, it's code climate issues. And basically, we were having a very strange failure in the continuous integration, which is now basically is working. And you can read if you're interested in the story, you can read how I worked out, blow by blow, what was going wrong. That's linked to in there. And this is actually, I think, understanding this is actually somewhat important for the understanding this project. Let me see if I can find it here. I need the local support. So in both the local support website 1 projects, we use some caching systems, VCR and Puffing Billy, and what these do is that they see my face while I'm talking. Is that they basically isolate the tests from any network interactions. So when we run all of our tests, the system is sometimes reaching out to other computers, particularly in the acceptance tests, which are our Cucumber features. So, we've lost Stella. So the difficulty is Stella sometimes has rather difficulty with her internet connection. So we'll see if she's able to come back. Hey Stella. Hey Stella, welcome back.
Thanks.
Hi there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have difficulty with the internet connection sometimes. So I don't know if you've seen in the features folder, we've got these two directories. We've got the VCR cassettes, and these have basically like YAML files here, which correspond to HTTP network interactions. And so these are, anytime our test on the server side reaches out, the Rails code reaches out to another network, another item on the network, we get a cache. The network interaction is cached, and so when we run it a second, a third, and a fourth time, then it doesn't hit the network anymore, and it's kind of a sandbox for the network. So we have that. Well, that's the VCR cassettes, and VCR is the name of this gem. Do you know the VCR gem?
No.
No. So this is a Ruby gem, and you can basically, it's based on this idea. There's a thing in the ancient history called a VCR recorder that we used to record television programs on, and but so we use this, like in this case, it's just to record the network interaction and then play it back to make sure that the test run ideally is fast, deterministic, and accurate. But to do, feel free to read more about that if you're interested. And we have a second one. There's another gem called Puffing Billy, which does the same thing but for the browser. So when we're running our the system, there's a server which is the Rails server, making network requests and sending information back. There's also JavaScript in the browser sending out network connections to Google Maps and so on. So Puffing Billy is another gem which does the same thing as VCR, but it does it for the browser. There, so that's Puffing Billy. So the idea of using these is to try and make sure that the tests are not hitting other network endpoints as they run, and to make them sort of stable and reliable. But in order for them to run on the continuous integration system, then we have to check them into the local support system. So that means that if we look similarly in the features on the live site here, we've got request cache. It's got loads and loads of files. This is all the different things that JavaScript make, and then the VCR cassettes, for all of the different things. So there's a lot of files there. And what I noticed as I was investigating the problem with Zamago's PR was that someone had previously, I think this is in November last year, they had added let's see what we'll find here. They had added these directories to the gitignore file. Oh, hey, Sigu. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm okay.
Yeah, good to have you with us. I was explaining to Stella how I fixed some of the issues last week in local support. Yeah. Are you familiar, Sigu, with VCR and the Puffing Billy?
No, I went through VCR some time back. I can't really remember how it works.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've just been talking about it, and basically it allows us to record an HTTP interaction and then play it back. So we have an example here, from one of the acceptance tests, and that acceptance test, as it happens, made this request, geocoding request to Google, and then we can see this is a VCR YAML file, and it's a recording of what was originally sent back over the network, so that next time we run the test, we can play that back, and we don't have to go out to the network, and it's supposed to run faster and be more reliable, and so on.
Okay.
Is the idea. The difficulty is that when the tests fail, or when new tests are added or changed, we can end up with, if we have a look, we can end up with this situation here. let's go here. I'll see if I've got this. Is that there's a lot of new files can be generated. A lot of these cache files can be generated. So I can't. But what I think prompted someone in November to add these directories to the git ignore file was that they were, you know, running the test. They were seeing lots and lots of files. They weren't necessarily understanding what they were for, and so they just ended up ignoring them here, right? So that basically the ones that are already there stayed there, but any new ones that were being created by new tests were not being added. And so what was happening with Zmago's pull requests was that his local file system was storing the cached files, and it was running and parsing, but those cache files were not being put into Git, and they were not then available for the continuous integration system.
Okay.
So that was quite a complicated issue to track down, and I've got the details of it. What it means is that at the moment, everybody might experience kind of a bit unpredictable behavior from the system, particularly in when the Travis runs, until we've fixed this issue. So I think that's got to be the highest priority, is to get that fixed. And last week I carried on, and that's one pull request there. I fixed the issue on Smago's PR, and I went on to do it as well on Marrow-N. So that's just the key thing I guess I've got to do as soon as we finish the meeting is get that done. But that's partly why I didn't get on to Stella. You were waiting for feedback on your the event code. But so that's now that I guess the main blocker for you is this event system. And yeah, we had some discussion there, and we had some discussion. There was new stuff which I haven't had a chance to look at yet. Sigurd, did you have a chance to look at Stella's latest code?
There isn't so much changes. I actually looked at it after the Scrum last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and after that there is not so much change.
Yeah, no, there was. Well, but I guess Stella was saying here that she'd done this additional work.
Yeah.
But these ones here. But
okay.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that one so far.
Well, yeah. So I guess probably there, having talked you through that other issue, I should probably, yeah. Well, Sigurd, you and I can both kind of look at that separately. So I guess it brings us on to Stella. You were hoping to look at, maybe choose another task.
Yeah.
To work on. I guess Sigurd, did you want to update us on anything that's happened to you or regarding the project, or?
I've had issues installing Capybara WebKit because Qt 5.5 is not supported in my OS. So I'm kind of trying to install it from the source. That's what I've been trying to do the better part of the afternoon. Yeah.
Frustrating.
So nothing major to report. Hopefully it will work because the compilation is already done.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just try later on if it works.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So we've got some chores for me. I mean, having done the events thing, I guess the sensible thing for you, Stella, is maybe to now. Which one did you did the ability to add an event?
To add.
Yeah, to add an event, didn't you?
Yeah.
I wonder if the sensible thing is for you to take another of the event tasks.
Yeah.
Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we've had these all voted previously. I wonder if there is it's sensible to do like a revote on this. Yeah. Let's maybe do that. Just to do one vote and then leave it at that. So I don't know about anyone else. For me, it's like, given that the events can be added, it would be sensible to have a list to view them.
Yeah, I think we need a revote because probably this was voted before the event was added, so it might have added some complexity.
Yeah, well, and I think this was voted, originally like 2 years ago. So it's kind of
okay.
Yeah, we definitely have another go at that. Okay, I mean, I guess what I should really do. I mean, ultimately, these things, I think they should be. It would be nice if there was some sort of system that expired votes almost. Like if it hasn't been worked on for like even a couple of months, it seems to me like the because the whole point about the voting is like making sure that the people who are currently about to work on it are kind of everybody's on the same page and so on. And I think these were originally voted on by people who are no longer with the project and so on and so forth. So I mean, it was a valuable thing for them to be thinking about, learning about voting back then. So I'm just going to unvote those things to make sure that we do, revote on them with the latest folks. Okay, but yeah, let's just do a quick single vote on this. View the list of upcoming events. Do we need any additional discussion about what this feature would include, or is it straightforward? What do we think?
Where should it be? Okay, I don't think there's anything complicated.
So which event should come first? The closest to happening, or
You're saying, Stella, what order should the list be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we have the events that are that have been created being on the top list, almost coming being on the top?
It would seem to me. It would seem to me that it would make sense to have, basically display events that are, ordered by how soon they will be. So each event would have a date on which it would happen. So someone creates an event whenever they create it, but they'll say, yes, on May the 3rd at 5 p.m. there will be this, event. And so if we should then basically the system for listing them should say, what's the date now? Only display the events that are in the future and have them ordered so the one that's happening soonest is highest. Does that?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so it would be, we'd have a thing like get current date, then display in terms of which upcoming event is happening soonest. And I'm assuming that we would it would basically be a bit like this, that we would have, the map, and this is going to be another category of thing that we have in the Harrow Community Network. So, I mean, originally we didn't have the volunteers thing, and it was just, there was only organizations, and then we added volunteers, and basically it was kind of a clone of what the organizations look like, slightly different. And so I'm imagining we will have, an events tab, so not really a tab, but events button there, and then it'll be the same sort of format with, ultimately a map and a element, but I think it could just be the list in the first instance. If the events themselves, if we haven't given them a location yet, then it could just start off being the list. But I think you could feel free to put a placeholder map in there. As I feel like we probably want it to be consistent from page to page. It's all about showing, where things are in the local area. So are we ready to have a vote on this one?
When I was creating the event, it only had the title, description, start date, and end date. So should we add the attribute for location?
It does not have an attribute for location?
No.
No, that's okay. It doesn't have to have it now. I mean, like we can add that. That's, I think, part of the important thing here is to just do it in stages. So don't worry about the location now.
Okay.
That'll be another story later on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to look at the. Yeah. It does. Does it have a starting? Does it have a? Yeah. It's got a start date and
A start date and yeah.
Yeah. That's the key thing. Yeah. Great. So are we? Oh, I'm gonna close the window. No. Are we ready for a vote on this one now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the local support channel. I'll just set up the voting system there. Vote. So this is going to be lists, upcoming events, and we'll put that in there. All right. So if we want to do a quick vote on that.
Oh, Lara is here.
Laura's around, yes. It looks like it's Candice, but actually Laura.
Oh,
I'm
no.
undercover, Sigu. Undercover.
Good stuff. So, and Sigu, did you? I think we've got mine, Lara's, Stella's, Sigu. There we go. And let's click reveal there. And so, okay, now that's interesting. We've split into two camps. Stella and Sigu have gone for simple, and myself and Lara have gone for medium. Lara, what? Rather than me talking all the time, what were your thoughts behind medium?
Yeah, I think because it's something that I haven't done before, and I think that I definitely need more than a day to do it. So that's why I just said a medium.
Sure. And Sigu, if you want to be with the representative, why were you thinking more simple than medium?
Okay, because it's about displaying the list of events. It's already been created in the database, so we're not touching anything on the database. We're not adding any gem, and all we're doing is the logics for the dates.
Right. Yes.
We can also use the templates for the other templates. We can just look at the other templates and redo the same thing, the BAP and the everything else. Yeah. So basically, I think the hardest part in this is organizing by date. I help her to do the date thing.
Yeah. Stella, was that your thoughts as well? Did you anything to add on to what Sigu was saying there?
Just a question. Should they be displayed in some sort of a table or something?
Say again, should they be displayed in some sort of what, sorry?
A table.
A table? Yeah, I mean, I was assuming that they would be displayed in this same sort of like little window that we have for the volunteers and the organizations.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like this. Just that it would be consistent from screen to screen across the different things that we have. And that's my impression from the customer, from the client, is that's what she's looking for in there. Although, I mean, I guess I should. I ran into trouble with. So Marowen has done this pull request for posting the volunteer opportunities to. Gosh, what is it? To the third-party site, and he has separated it out into two. Oh, go on. Into two forms. Like he's got. There's a one. Really, go on. What? Oh, sorry. God, that's so long. I've got like about 8 different. There we go. Yeah, so he's added it. Like he's added a button here to do post to do it, and I think I had been thinking that it should come in here. Like we'd have one screen for it, but he's sort of gone a different way, and it's my fault really because I should have worked with the client to do a user interface sketch in advance. But I think we're on fairly, having from the discussions I've had with the client about the events, I think we're on fairly safe ground if we just replicate the existing structure like this, and we're talking about in the future having a search and other things. Don't have to put that in now, but if we look to follow the layout and the model from the other entities we have in the system, the organizations, the volunteering opportunities, that's, I think, the way to go. So maybe we'll leave it there today. It's kind of now later for me than it usually is, so I think I probably need to wrap up, and I'm just painfully aware that I've got like lots of things to do to help other people, to unblock other people. Like, really, I need to review Stella's code. I need to get a pull request in there to remove the until we check these caching files back into the system. Everybody's experience is going to be inconsistent. So I'll get the pull request in. The bigger issue there is about, is using the caching files just to, is that always going to be a sharp edge that people get confused by? But yeah.
What's our final vote before we talk about that?
Oh, right. Sorry. Well, I was kind of being convinced by you guys. I get Lara. What do you think? Will you convince?
I'm convinced.
That we're convinced. You convinced us. Let's go back up. Yeah, I accidentally killed the. No, press the button thing. Gosh, I have to do a lot of train traveling this week, and it's not. Oh gosh, I'm just busy. I'm going to be on. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be on holiday, and then that's going to be easier. Right. So we've gone for a 1 point there. Yes. Yep. Thank you to. Yes. Whew. Okay, so that's
okay.
Go on.
About the cache that you're talking about.
Yes.
Has there been problems before with the cache?
The problem before is more that I can see that it's just generally confusing. I think this is the first time that we've had, someone kind of put it in the git ignore, and then it's caused this problem down the line. I'm just anticipating for the next person who joins the project and the next person who joins the project. Yeah, I guess, had you noticed the cache files before, Sigu and Stella? Or even Lara?
No.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's, someone coming into the project is not going to be aware of them or necessarily see what's going on there. I mean, people are not necessarily familiar with VCR and Puffing Billy. And so, I mean, the key problem in some ways is that I missed the fact I think the pull request that came through that caused this problem was the big change to Bootstrap 3. And so it was quite a big pull request, and I just, it had some other bits and pieces in here, and I think I missed the fact that those had been added to the git ignore. So I've got to be extra vigilant on that, going forward. Anyway, I guess it'll be interesting.
Let's just have them back until they cause a real problem.
Yeah.
That's when I think you can.
Yeah. Yeah, let's live there. What I'll say is, I've sort of done some explanation for you guys. As you continue to work with it, keep an eye out for them and see if they cause you any problems, and let me know.
All right.
Cool. All right. That was our local support kickoff. I think our activities are clear. Good to see everybody. And yeah, I will. Please DM me. Oh, that's the thing we're talking about. Sigu was about changing the meeting time. So maybe Sigu, if you DM me, just let me know the range of times that is good for you or better for you for this, because we're talking about moving the meeting earlier. But let's see.
Earlier by an hour.
Well, it sort of depends. I mean, actually, from what I'm hearing from Lara, and I'm thinking maybe just keeping it the same is going to be the best. But if you just let me know what would be the ideal time for the meeting for you, and Stella's going to do the same, and Lara's going to do the same, and we'll take it from there.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Is Ryder here?
Ryder is here. He was well. He joined in earlier on. We did the thing in the round, and then
yeah, I'm you know, at my day job, but basically, Sigo, we did to bring you up to speed about what we, you know, Sam and Laura and I discussed about the Elixir mob. Basically, I think we're going to go forward with your plan of doing some Code Wars or Hacker Rank you had suggested specifically for Wednesday. And as we get more experience, or also I think as you suggested, as we get into Phoenix, we might take another look at biting off that planner app Laura suggested.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks for the heads up.
Great stuff. Yeah, I'll follow up in Slack on that one as well. All right. Good stuff, guys. See you all soon.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right. Cheers. Bye, guys.